You're like, hey, I'm wearing a big.
Well, I went back in time and I got my hair. Steelers Nation Australia headband. We'll get you some like high socks. We'll get you some like these shorts.
Hey,
shorts.
you're standing up. Easy.
Yeah.
It's like balls of fury.
So when JJ52 says, will Ray Gun make the 53? No, she's cut.
If you're not going to take Ray Gun, I know a place in Western Pennsylvania where she'll fit right in. Right at the cookie table at a wedding.
She could be my second string long
Call her
snap.
Dr. Bookie or her Dr. Get Down and tell her she has a PhD in Get Down. Like, play the music, you know.
You know what? If she'd had some bling, and looked like LL Cool J and I'm gonna knock you out, she might have won.
Alrighty, Steelers Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia and Steelers Dynasty Podcast. What's going on, Shane? What's going on, Bubba? How are you guys?
Doing good.
You know what? I'm doing good because I ate a spicy barbecue pieces of pizza, and I wish I didn't.
Okay, how many did you have?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I had the whole pizza.
You can't stop, like the Pringles.
Well,
man.
it was small. It was small. I didn't eat the whole pieces of pizza, but it just,
Yeah, but when you start, you're hungry, and then when you end, you're like, yeah, I'm pretty full right now. I'm pretty done.
Well,
At least you're at home chilling. You're not out there working.
Well, I got home. I just got from the gym, and it was a little spicy for me, which is surprisingly a store-bought pizza, Buffalo pizza, being that spicy.
Oh yeah, you guys have that. That's right. I remember now because I'm going to America in 8 days. But you guys have buffalo like chicken, don't you? Is that like the hot chicken?
Well, I heard McFadden's have great wings. I heard that yesterday. Somebody from work said that. Yeah. So that is.
Is that like one of the signs on the door there where it says "best wings in town" that every pub does?
I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll have to check it out.
We have the best wings since 2008.
Now, if you get wings over here, are you going to have dipping? Would you eat celery or carrots with that?
Nah, I just have wings. I'm not a huge wing guy. I like. I don't know.
Like
I don't know. I like. Shane, are you a huge wing guy?
I wasn't, but I am now that I try to eat mostly protein. So I eat chicken like maybe 4 times a week.
Like I'll have them, but like as a main meal, maybe as a snack I'll have wings. You know what I'm saying? But as a main meal, I like a burger or chicken snitty, which is chicken palmy for you guys, or chicken. What do you guys call it? We call it chicken schnitzel. It's like chicken breast with like cheese on top and tomato sauce. It's great.
Chicken parm.
Yeah, chicken parm.
Chicken parm.
Yeah, but we call them chicken snitties. Oh yeah, don't you worry.
Okay.
When we meet, you're going to be highly confused when I talk.
Everything
more than usual.
When you meet me, you'll be highly confused too when I talk because I probably have no clue what I'm talking about half the time.
Everybody, do you guys give cutie names to all your friends? Like, are you Marky? Are you Marky Schnitzel or what?
Nah. We have like nicknames that I guess sometimes you'd see a guy with red hair, you call him Bluey. You know what I mean? Because he's got red hair, so you call him Bluey.
No, we're more spot on because I knew like 5 people named Jamie. Okay, there was Hot Jamie. Okay, she was hot. Just Jamie, Plain Jamie, and Jamie the Jew, and Fat Jamie. So those were the 5 Jamies I knew in college.
Yeah, well, we have like stuff where there'd be a guy named John, and you just call him Peter, and he's like, "Why do they call him Peter?" Because it just happens. I don't know. It's just they're like, you're like, "Oh, what's your name?" Your name's like Bob. Anyone know his real name? Nah, it's Frank actually.
If his name was Bob, it's like, "Hey, Robert, how you doing?" Like,
no, but it's just, dude, it's so crazy. There is some like,
some
really, people take.
don't call anybody by their right names at all.
One of my mates out there, I don't think I've ever heard him call me. He's called me by my name, Mark. He's probably called me, tall SOB or, some other slang and stuff like that and numerous other things. But yeah, it's a bit like that. People have they use their middle names or their nicknames or, but one of the best ones.
What do they call you? What does your buddies call you? Like, what do they call you?
I can't say it online.
Oh, for real? It's that bad? Like they don't call you on the phone. It's like, hey, Mark, what's up? They call you or
no, like there's not many times people would say my name like that. I don't think they'd say like, how are you, dude? Or hey, mate, what's up? Or whatever. Or they call me like, Christian 46's number. What's up? What's up, 46? Yeah, man. I got to be careful when I go over there to America. I can't say 46 when I go over there. People would chase me down the street.
Oh my God, is this funny?
It's true.
Oh my God. Like every name you said, it's a different name. Like Bob is John, John is Bob, Robert is Phil.
I've met a ton of people that like their name is John, but they call him Jack.
I don't know. I'm so lost now. I don't know how it goes. Now.
There was one guy from high school, and we didn't know his first name. We just called him by his nickname the whole time. And you end up just like forgetting his name.
Well, for me, my nickname has been around for decades, but some people don't even know my real name is Ken. It's Kenneth.
So there you go. You're the clear example. Bubba.
I'd rather be Bubba than hey Kenny. I don't listen to Kenny because Kenny's not. It's Kenneth or Ken.
Yeah, Ken.
Professional. But they don't call me like my name's Kenneth, but they don't call me like Harry or Jake. I mean,
I've known some big guys they call Tiny.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, but like different names, and they're not even like nicknames. So if he's calling somebody Bob, it could be Phil.
Exactly right.
And it doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it's not meant to. I'd call Shane, I do now, Shano. I don't know, just Shano. Everything has got an O to it. And Bubba's already like a unique nickname anyway, so Bubba's Bubba, right?
Oh, damn, I can't even get involved.
Well, you've already changed your name from Ken to Bubba. So you can't change it. But like my name's boring, dude. Not many people, some close friends and family call me Marky D because my last name's Davison, right? But not many call me that. They just call
Marcus?
Me. Nah, not really. No, just Mark or whatever.
Okay. Okay. Well, we got.
Anyways, that felt like an episode from Seinfeld that was like that long.
Yeah.
A show about nothing. Okay.
Well,
fellas, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good.
I'm doing real good because it's a lot of talk that I don't want to. A lot of talk of good talk. You know what I mean? Like good Steeler talk. And the other day, I like to talk about the Steelers, and I've seen a lot of people put it on social media that football is not their life. Look, me personally, I love Steeler football, and I'm not going to be bashful about it one bit. So,
Jada says my friends call me muscle nuts. It's great. That is fantastic. And also, Roberta said here, it reminds me of a South Park episode. Mike, while you're in Pittsburgh, you need to try a meat dish called shitty chicken. It's actually a breaded veal with. I'm not a huge fan of veal, even though I'll eat a beef burger and not
like veal. Veal would be good.
Yeah, but that's the one where they sit down and they don't. That's the babies, right?
Well, I've heard shitty chicken where it's just chicken, pork, and beef on a skewer. It's put in an egg wash, breaded, and then it's cooked.
Right.
You should. You don't know what you chili and pierogies. That's what you guys should do the Saturday of the Kansas City game. Have Gene cook you pierogies and deer chili.
It's on a Wednesday.
I know, but you take it into the game. You guys just take it in, eat it while you're watching football.
I'm going to buy a burger.
No,
that's a bad idea, Bubba.
I think that'd be great.
His Australian intestines will be twisted 3 ways from Sunday, and he's going to be shitting himself. He flies all this way to shit himself at a Steelers.
I don't know, man. You'd be drinking some bubbly, eating some pierogies, and eating Gene's deer chili.
I gotta tell you, this pierogi thing's been hyped up a lot. I'm not saying they're not going to be bad or whatever, but Jerry says here, city chicken is awesome. Just reminds me of South Park. Shitty chicken.
Oh, he said he can't smuggle pierogies in, but that would be awesome, though.
Put them in your pockets.
Oh man, put them in little lunch bags.
Cockroaches.
Yeah, they need to be in a clear bag, right? They got to see your phone, see your pierogies.
But if this was in the 1970s and you guys were going, you guys could smuggle a ton of stuff in, and you guys would be like,
I don't want to smuggle anything in. I just want to go watch the game.
Well, no, I mean, while you're watching the game, you guys can put up a table, drink, eat, watch a game, get excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty keen because we are
upset.
Versing, the gauntlet's coming up very soon. They keep pushing this gauntlet back. It started with Commanders, then it went back to the Ravens. Mm-hmm. Then it fell back even further to the Browns in a snowy condition. Then it went past the Bengals, Browns. In the last 6 games, we're like 5-1 or something like that. Was it beat Commanders, beat Baltimore, we lost to the Browns, which we've lost that game in history. We've always lost away on a Thursday night. So
we've been counting out every game since we come back from the bye. Every game that we came back from the bye, we were supposed to lose.
Yeah. That Tomlin is well, being an underdog. He's 7-0 this season.
I'm
6-0.
I'm starting to get on the Tomlin train, man. That hard knock stuff. I know. Maybe it's my wife's like, you've been hanging out too much with Mark. I'm like, well, Tammy, I don't know what to tell you.
He's a good coach.
We watched it the other night, and I tell you what, he was eating cheese Fritos or whatever the hell he was
eating. Yeah.
And he was telling people how it was. Like I actually got pumped up. Listen to him, like not on his interviews, just how he talked to the guys. And he was talking to Highsmith all the week, and look what happened Sunday. Just stuff like that happens.
Wait, did the new episode come out today?
No. I mean Sunday against Cincinnati when he did that strip. No, today is the new. Well, it's Tuesday today. I'm gonna watch it.
Oh, you mean when he was talking to Herbig?
What'd I say?
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I'm with you though, man. I like the fact that, I've been saying this for years and years and years. Mike Tomlin has been in that building for 18 years, right? That's a very comfortable spot to be. And you know who the lunch lady is. You know where the best toilet is, where the best flusher. You know where the best of everything is, right?
You are so comfortable.
Yeah, you're talking to everyone. You know where the best place to get signal for your phone is. You know where everything is inside that locker room and who everyone is, and everyone knows you are Mike Tomlin. Like, that's what people forget about in the sense of like, oh, you need a new coach coming in. But he runs the joint that way. And so does Omar Khan and all the other guys too. But Mike Tomlin knows where to sit, where to eat, how to connect to the people, the players, and he's got everyone buying in. This is a very dangerous team right now.
Everybody knows it too.
Yep.
Except for Myles Garrett.
Oh, did you guys see that? You see that, Shane, where he went near the end, he did a shush?
Yeah. I like
That's a joke.
Yeah, and I'm going to get
a 3-8 team doing that.
I'm going to get ready for next year. This is going to prime me up for next year. How idiotic is that?
Yeah, he can make all his money, but he's a dumbo. I'd walk straight past him. I wouldn't care.
I would never. If we had even an opportunity, I wouldn't want somebody like that on my team. I know he's great talent, you know what I mean? But there's other people out there, and I just think he's a deterrent to the team. And he didn't even have a big game against us anyway, so...
He's the one that, he's a AFC North rival that Steelers will never chase after. Those kind of guys. You never see him in a uniform because of the bad blood that exists.
I believe one time, though, in my area, and he did help somebody that was a Cleveland Browns fan in Cambria County, and he did come out to Cambria County, out to that person's house, and did some stuff. So I give him props for that, but I still think he's a big a-hole. So...
Yeah, that's it. No, we took care of the Browns. They are now 3-9 this season. We actually eliminated the Browns. This AFC North recap, the Bengals snuck around. They need one more loss to get out of it too, but they snuck around. They're trying to fight for the playoffs. We're 2 games above the Baltimore Ravens. If we win this game versus the Eagles, we have a playoff wild card at least. If the Colts and Dolphins lose, we have a playoff card at least. They're going to win more than one game as well. And then if we beat the Baltimore Ravens at McFadden's North Shore, and we're going to be there, we could win the division. So it's for one of the first times in a long time that maybe like 4 or 5 years that we feel comfortable going in and we're not chasing, we're not doing all the scenarios to jump in, right? It's like win 1 game or 2 games and we got it.
Mm-hmm. And we don't have to worry about anybody else. It's our own destiny.
Pretty much. Yeah, get it done. Anything else stood out for yourself, Shane, before we start going to the awards? Anything big major in the game?
Oil before the awards, but there's a player that just made me I'm just happy. It's just a good story, and we'll talk about it during our picks.
Okay, bit of a what do they call that? A teaser.
Yeah.
Anything for you, Bob, before we start the show?
No, I just couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe we still played that good with Pickens still on the sidelines. I was happy about that too. So I'm sure we'll get in more depth later about that. But and I think right now he's still hurt. But hey, I mean, it showed that we can play. I don't want to play without him for long, but we can play without him and prove to Cleveland Sunday when we beat him that we beat him.
My theory is I think with the hamstring, I think he'll be out I reckon this Eagles game and possibly the Ravens game.
3 weeks.
Because he might come back for the Chiefs and then the Bengals in the playoffs. That's just what I think.
Massage it. I don't know how they.
I think he'll be fine, but Mike Tomlin doesn't want to rush him back in there. And everything that Mike Tomlin's been doing on a personal level has been working for Russ and all that kind of stuff. Sean says here, I'm tied for the best record in the last week of fantasy. Yeah, in our fantasy comps, I think Shane, you were versing me this week, and you didn't put any players, and you almost beat me because Josh Allen got 51.
Oh yeah, that's right. Josh Allen was good.
You almost beat me without changing your players. There was 2 players you didn't. You must have missed it.
You know what? I don't think I've ever updated. I did like an automatic thing one time. I've never updated it since the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I was very nervous
stuff tonight
because you had 2 players out. Someone was on IR and someone was on a bye. And only won by 17 points because Josh Allen went crazy with 51.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Sean, in our common Discord for the fantasy, we have one week left to go. Then it goes, I think, 16, 17, 18, from 8 teams forward and then 2, then the final, whatever it is. So thank you, Sean, for the 5. All righty, fellas, let's go a bit of a recap for our HDU awards. Been doing this every single week when we can. And it's been a good fun season so far, and it's not over yet. So right there is Fields is going to be on 50. He's still on 50 from that first 4 or 5 games that he played. Was 6 games? Yeah, 6 games. TJ Watt's climbing 44. Wilson, quarterback, he's climbing up the ladder. Wow. He's playing good football. He's 6-1 with us. Harris is doing a good job, 40. Austin the third, 35. Boswell, he's up there too, man. He's crazy. Pickens might be out of it right now. He might be out of contention to win. He's on 24. Elliott, he's a sneaky one, dude. Elliott was one of probably the greatest signings in the offseason. Including Queen, but he's been playing on fire defense-wise. Bishop, Herbig, 15. Queen's got 13. Patterson, he's in the doghouse this week because he had the fumble. Yeah, Highsmith, 11. Williams, 10. Cameron Hayward, 10. He'll probably be featured today. Cameron Hayward had a crazy game. Muth, 9. Grounds Crew, 6. Washington, 5. JPJ, 4. Anderson, Trice, Waitman. Waitman played well too, by the way, as a punter. He might get a point. Then we have a few guys on 2 and 3.
That's my list. Most of that's my list with like the 1 and 2s. I'm just
and that's it makes it all a bit of a change too, because when you choose some of the outliers, then that means some of the favorites don't get points, which still affects the draw, right? Right. So you got Moon. I think you chose Moon in there, McCollum in there a few times. Yep, I think a few times you've chosen Dan Moore. Jackson could be a mistake that I might have deleted, but that's how it works. Jefferson got 3. A few of those are yours from Anderson. I think you're picking a lot of guys, O-line guys.
Because if I would have took the players that we always think that we're always going to pick, the points could be higher because I picked like 5 or 6 people
100%
different. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I'm looking at this and I'm like, darn.
But really, this season it has been Fields at the start being 4-2. TJ Watt going crazy. Wilson coming back, and Najee Harris has just been consistent, I think. And these blokes here too.
Well, if Boswell should be moved up more than Austin, Boswell should be like in the top. Yeah. But realistically, you put the top 5 would be Boswell, and then the 4 players probably that we have on the first page.
Boswell's been outstanding this year. He's missed 3 field goals. 1 was blocked, which wasn't really his fault too much. And also 1 field goal was from 64 yards. So.
Like, he could be the MVP for the Steelers for real in the season.
He can break the record, He needs 8 more field goals to get 45 field goals in a season in 4 games.
Is that an NFL record or just
NFL? Yeah, I don't know who. Somebody has it with 44. With 4 games Jerry says Skoronik is ghosted. Yeah, we haven't given. It's so hard to give points sometimes. Didn't give him mine this week.
He looked good. He had that. He had that little fumble from the kickoff.
That was great.
But these depth players have proven themselves where they haven't proven themselves in years prior.
Well,
so it's so hard to pick because we only have 4 slots, and it's so hard.
Yeah, then that's why I did it on purpose, was because
it's fine. I think it's great because you have to really think on who you want, because you're not picking TJ Watt every game.
I struggled with finding my number 3 point today. I found my number 1 and 2 pretty easily. I found my MVP really easy. Then I struggled to get 3 in that sense. But let's talk about it. Let's go. So let's give our number 1 point. We'll start with Shane first. Who's your number 1 point for this week game versus the Browns? The stupid Browns. Is Shane there?
Hard. Yeah.
Was he?
Oh, well, Shane?
Hello?
I think he froze up. Shane? There he is.
Was he actually there? Or was he just put that on?
No, he was there, but he was just froze. Frozen time.
All right. Who's your number 1 point, Shane?
Oh, number 1 point for for this one, I'm going to go with Peyton Wilson.
Why?
He's just coming on. He's starting to look better and better. He's going to be a player. I'll tell you what. I think he's a good player and he deserves 1 point.
Fair enough. He didn't make any splash plays, though, I don't think.
No, he didn't.
Are you just saying he's played well enough for the game?
Right.
Fair enough.
This week it's hard for me to pick, and I don't want to give this next player 1 point, but I want to give 1 point to someone that just looked all right. He had 4 tackles, 4 assists, nothing crazy, but I mean he's
doing the hard yards. Yeah. That's right. He's doing what Minka's been doing all year. He's just doing the hard yards. But no, he has been playing splash plays last week with the fumble recovery. I think he's been a huge pickup for the rotation, because they kind of change in. Wilson is now with Queen, and E-Rob comes in. Like, that's a rotation. Outside linebackers a rotation. He's been fun to watch, dude. I think if he was like starting all year, he could have been in contention for Rookie of the Year, but that's another way they played him.
Right. And there were no plays really in the middle of the field that really just stood out as like they got gouged. And in the past, last year, that seemed to be a weak spot. And it seemed to be shored up. And I just wanted to mention him because I was watching some highlights, and I'm like, you know what? The Browns aren't doing what teams have done recently to the Steelers, recently being last year.
Just a quick side note here from Jayquest says, anyone think that Patterson looks bad since? Yeah, I think he does. Does look very bad from his injury. I'm still hoping that he can turn it around, but he's only getting 3 or 4 carries a game at the moment. But since the injury, he looks a bit different. Doesn't look the same. That he had that burst. That one big run before he got injured was fantastic. He was like a rolling train down the hill going crazy. I think he does look different. And I'm not saying cut him. I'm not saying he's the worst player. I'm just saying he does look different. It's like Warren. Warren started getting better and better each week. After the injury. Alrighty. Well, thank you, Shane, for that. So Wilson gets 1 point. What about yours, Bubba? 1 point.
My 1 point, because I've been playing this in my head while Shane was talking. My 1 point is going to be Mike Williams. Now, hear me out. Because if he wouldn't have pushed off in that pass interference, Mike Williams would have been the Steelers' leading receiver against Cleveland. I think he had 3 receptions. He had that one nice grab. But if he didn't push off, he would have been the Steelers' leading receiver. And they were looking at him. So I'm going to give him 1 point. So
yeah, I don't mind that. Point. I think as well, like around this Mike Williams talk, I think fans wanted him to go into the game week 1 and get 100 yards. Yeah, it just wasn't going to happen, right? And I think Mike Tomlin's been talking about this as well. The same thing I've been talking about the receiver too. Mike Tomlin said today and last conference, he said, it's receiver by committee, pretty much. Everyone's chipping in, and that's why they have faith in Scotty Miller. That's why they didn't change too many things to do with.
He looked good too. I mean,
he did look good.
I was considering him because he got like 3 receptions too. So all these receivers that played against Cleveland, since Pickens is hurt with his hamstring, like Williams could have a big game against Philadelphia.
Do you know why these receivers look good as well? I got 2 reasons why.
Go ahead. I want to hear them.
Because they're veterans. They're Super Bowl champions. That's part of the first reason. And the second reason is they've got Russell Wilson throwing the ball. That's why. Like, Wilson is making these guys look good. That's what they're meant to do.
They're complementing each other.
Exactly right. We're worried about who's a receiver too. Well, and even
I heard your podcast this week, your show. You were like, I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of talking about it. Yeah.
Crazy.
I didn't
Like,
mean to start on you.
who was the receiver coach, Azani? Like, he talked about in the offseason at the very start. There is no receiver two. There is like guys who get schemed open. And yes, they should be going to Muth more often. But in this game too, they won 27-14. And they got away with it. Like, not away with it, but they did enough to win. That was it and get out of there. So I'm happy with the receivers, man, because these guys are checking in. Ben Skronik, he does deserve. I haven't got points for him, but Ben Skronik deserves some,
something.
Praise, something, right?
Yeah.
So you went Mike Williams. I'm going to change of pace. I'm going fucking E-Rob for two reasons. That big tackle on the O-line and that fourth down tackle. 1 point for E-Rob. Elena Robertson was awesome. Like, did you see how physical he was taking on that offensive lineman?
Yeah, he had a good game too. There's so many when they win. It's so hard to pick four.
Yeah, but he knocked that guy back to next week. The guy turning around as a guard, moving, and then he busted the play up, and then the other guys came in after. So his job was to knock out the offensive lineman. He did it. He rocked him, and next minute everyone pounced around and got the tackle. So he's my 1 point because I had to put him on the board somewhere so I can give him praise. He's awesome. I think E-Rob was, and he changes it now in and out with Shane's guy, Wilson. So, and then the fourth down conversion, they tried to go for a fourth down conversion. He snuck through the line, tackle, boom, see you later. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy what we're doing now on the defense. Alrighty. Shano, who's your two?
I keep going on and off with this guy, but I got to give him 2 points. Scotty Miller, my gosh, he you look at his numbers. Is that Mike Williams? No, it's Scotty Miller. He has three receptions for 38 yards, averaging almost 13 yards a reception. His longest was that 21-yarder. And here's the thing. This is why I put him on there. They let him know, 5 minutes before he was in street clothes, and they said, "Hey, you're going to dress for." You're going to dress for Pickens. So he had some big shoes to fill. It was serviceable, 3 receptions, came up big. And I'm going to tell you why he came up big. Steelers were kind of stuck in the mud. And we all were watching. I know Bubba and I were watching like, something bad's going to happen. Something bad. After that play, the Steelers got some traction and everything was in the rear view.
Yeah, that was a big play for 21 yards of Scotty Miller. And it makes you think, like, did we miss Pickens? Yeah, I think so. I think we'd miss Pickens, and everybody wants him back. But at least these guys came in and did their job and got first downs. So, yeah. You agree with that, Bubba?
I like his pick. I mean, yeah, him coming off, in street clothes and playing what he had to do, and this receiver by committee, this is probably the best receiving by committee in such a long time. And, we're used to the superstars of Hines Ward and AB and, back in my day, it was like Yancey Pigpen and before that when I was a little kid, Swan and Starworth. But these guys, I thought they were going to get a number 2, never did. And I don't think they need a number 2 because this team reminds, and this is crazy because I'm a comic book guy, the depth of all the Steelers positions remind me of they're all like reserve Avengers. They can come in and they can do whatever they need to do. And that's what these receivers are doing. And Russell Wilson is thrown to 9, 10, 8.
Yeah, he's all over.
I mean, my God, it's just, it's something. And if they could pull something, if the receivers and quarterback this week coming could pull off something that no one besides true Steeler fans or look, I want to go in, to Philly and give them the bird and we get out of there with a victory. And that could happen.
This will be one too, and I'm going to say it all week as well. If the Steelers go and beat Philadelphia Eagles inside Philly, then Coach Tomlin does deserve to be Coach of the Year after this one.
Yeah, that or Kansas City.
Kansas City
he has to. If they go and win up by 3 or up by 4 or whatever it is, then he must be in contention. I know that Dan Campbell's having a go, but if you walk into Philly and take over, and then the next week you walk into Baltimore, these are really tough games. If you win 3 in a row, 4 in a row, he will win.
If he wins 3 in a row, he's coaching.
Oh, it has to be.
Well, you have to be because when he made that decision to pull the quarterback, people were like they were putting him on a cross and throwing darts at him and stuff.
Even Stephen Smith was, and he's a huge Steelers fan. He was shit.
I know. Ouija. He was. He didn't catch a lot of balls.
Who's that? Who's Ouija Thompson?
Ouija Thompson was a 1980s receiver. He was about 6'5", 6'6", slow as a box of rocks, and that offense was Dwight Stone and Bobby Brister, Merrill Hodge, Tim Worley. George knows that 80s offense was just god awful. It was bad. Eric Green was the big tight end that we had.
But I do like how Russell Wilson is feeding the ball to a lot of receivers and running backs, and depending who's open, right? Getting Scotty Miller involved, which is, you think, who's that bloke? He's a guy from the Buccaneers. He played with Tom Brady. He won a Super Bowl with them. Who's Ben Skowronek? He won a Super Bowl with the Rams, doing great stuff as a gunner. I talked about this in my show this week. When you have your two gunners making plays, Pierre getting an interception, and your receiver, who's a gunner too, getting a fumble recovery, that's when you know how stacked and how good the depth is and how good the culture is right now with that team. Just saying.
And our special teams is probably the best in the NFL. Maybe not so much in returns, but calculating recoveries and punt blocks and with Boswell at kicking field goals. I mean, our special teams has to be, it's still an A in the A category for me. So. Well,
it's definitely not the Browns who missed 2 field goals, one to the right, one to the left.
Or Justin Tucker, who's bagging groceries at Giant Eagle.
Yeah. Yeah, we're having a good season on teams. Okay, my number 2. I've got so who was yours again? Write it down.
Who, me?
Bubba? Yeah,
mine. I wanted to pick Najee, but I
thought. Did you do number 2 yet? Was that just?
No, I didn't. No.
Oh, sorry.
No, okay. I was gonna take Najee, but if he had got a little bit more yards, I probably would have took him. But when I was talking last week, and I know we were doing stuff on our show about the redemption of Dan Moore. I think Dan Moore had a great game against Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett didn't get that sack off of Dan Moore because Dan Moore chipped him and Solomalo, and that's how he got that sack with like 4 minutes to go in garbage time anyway.
Russell Wilson gave it to him. It wasn't an earned one.
Yeah. So, and I think Dan Moore came back from, 3 sacks that he had against him, and he played a good game against Myles Garrett. So, he had his redemption, and I know he could have done it because I seen him play live against Myles Garrett and beat the living piss out of him in Big Ben's last game, and I know he could do it, and that's why I talked about it on our show, and that's why I'm giving Dan Moore 2 points.
Yeah, Dad said he took care of business, that's for sure. But yeah, I think that sack he definitely gave. I think Russell Wilson played smart and just gave up. Like he
didn't want to. Yeah, because I think that was after the Patterson fumble.
Yeah, and that's why as well it's so funny when stupid Myles Garrett, because I still don't like him since that helmet incident too.
I never liked him since. He should have.
How are you allowed to throw a helmet at someone's head and
you can't
not go to jail? If I do that, I go to jail. If he does that, it's nothing.
No,
it's crazy.
He gets praised.
Yeah, Dan Moore. I agree with that. For my 2 points, I've gone Keanu Benton or Canoe Benton. If anyone saw what Bill Cowell was talking about, there was a CBS video out talking about the Keanu Benton. Bill Cowell called him Canoe Benton. Then someone wrote in the comments, like, has no one ever heard of Keanu Reeves? So, I'm gonna go Benton. So, because just for the pick, man, I couldn't go past that. The fact that like Bishop chased him down, then Benton moved over, eyed it off, picked it, almost ran to the house. Was like one tackle away from running to the house. He was good. Benton was played great to get 2 points. I thought he was fantastic. Alrighty, 3 points. Let's mix it up. Bubba first, 3 points.
Okay, I'm gonna go piggyback right off of you. And I'm going to take Keanu Benton because I liked his talk against Cincinnati, and he proved it against Cleveland, and he got the spark that got the Steelers going with that big interception. And you never see a big, huge nose tackle bumbling and stumbling down the field, but he almost ran it in. That was the spark right there. He's been playing good ball too. And the run defense, Chubbs did not get over 50 yards. That's hats off for that defensive front. So, and I'm going to give my points to Benton because he deserved it. He had a hell of a game, and he's starting to come on. And Larry Obajobi went out with injury. I think he did. He was hurt. And so it was, Benton and Hayward and the rest of, Highsmith and Watt, carrying the weight of the world. But Benton with that interception and, you're a nose tackle and you're a lineman and you get an interception. It's like a gift from God.
It changed momentum too.
Yes, it did.
we were losing 7-3, and that was put the field, and then we ended up getting a TD to go 10-3 with Najee Harris.
Once he got that interception, Najee scored. We never looked back.
Yeah, it was pretty game-changing play. It was good fun to watch too. Like the fact that he like eyed the ball down, cut off the route. He knew a screen was coming. Jameis Winston did not see him. It was like boom, see you later, man. Caught the ball, and I just wish that he got one more block for a bigger run because he had the guy straight on him. It was like the receiver was right on his pocket straight away, which sucked. He was going a long way. Good 2 points. I like that. Sorry, 3 points.
No, that's fine. That's cool.
3 points. Shana, who's your 3?
So I was looking at defensive stats, and I'm like, yeah, it's either between Patrick Queen or maybe Keanu Benton. I don't know. And then I saw Deshaun Elliott, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. He had 9 solo tackles, and then he had 13 assisted total. So I have to go with Deshaun Elliott. You know, my gosh, that's a hell of a performance. And like you said, Chubbs he wasn't stopped, but he was contained. You can't really do much other than, kind of keep him under.
I'd say he was stopped though, because he got 48 yards. Like Nick Chubb's getting 48 yards is like you hit the Powerball.
Second half, I would say he was stopped absolutely. So, but I would have to give it to Elliott.
So, did you know that Elliott has solo tackles in the season and 96 in total? Right, tackle for a loss 4, pass deflection 6. 1 interception, 2 forced fumbles. This guy is a huge pickup for our defense, like massive. He's getting third down blocks. He's coming down into the run game, and he's hitting people. And our top 3 tacklers too on the defense is Queen, Elliott, and Fitzpatrick.
And those are our top guys. We picked him up just to fill a gap because someone was hurt. Look at what we got.
Well, they were going to put Damani Casey in, and Casey has never came back from that injury to regain any type of playing spot. Like
it's meant to be KZ and Fiddy Pat next to him, but then they've used KZ to rotate around. He almost got a pick too. I'm pretty sure it was this game. But yeah, Elliott's been playing fantastic. Former Raven. Same with Queen, former Raven. So now they're in the right colors, the black and gold. I agree with that, Shane. And I'm going to go straight into mine. I almost gave it to Elliott, but how it worked out with my MVP, and I want to give some credit to Wilson, I had to choose Wilson. But if there was 2 threes, yeah, I give Wilson, man. 2 TDs. Okay. I love the way now how he's playing the game. I was trying to give Wilson. It was very tough. With all my points, it was like, how do I figure him out in the order? So I was going to give Wilson a 2, but then where does Benton go? Then where does E-Rob go, right? So I gave Wilson 3 because he had 2 TDs. And, yeah, the yards weren't there, but he was cashing in on TDs, get this team ready to play. I thought Wilson deserved some points. Yeah.
That was good.
There's no wait line. It's tough.
It's so hard to pick.
Only 4 players.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people that you could pick. I didn't see too many Steelers having a bad game.
Oh, Patterson?
Well, until that fumble. Okay, yeah. I wouldn't have picked him. You're right.
It was scrappy at the start. The first quarter, second quarter was scrappy, right? Wasn't the best football. I was reading tweets. We're losing 7-3. I heard all this rubbish you get on the Twitterverse. I was like, you
jumping ship already.
Yeah, they do. It's too much. But no, I went Wilson because the one of the best plays I saw was the Frymouth TD. And I could have given him points too. He deserves some recognition.
I love that they got this connection now because Freiermuth and Wilson, I mean, I'm happy with the tight end stuff that's going on. Like, hey, a couple more receptions, 5. You know, I'm liking he's getting these touchdowns the last two games.
But that ball was like an absolute dart, and he just right through the two defenders.
Unlimited. He's unlimited.
Yeah, he's doing well. Like he's got
unlimited.
He's got 12 TDs and 3 interceptions this year so far.
And that one interception last week, that for the touchdown for Cincy, that should have been a penalty, but that's me.
Yeah, and he's got yards per game 250. Like he's on fire right now. Wilson is checked in, he's bought in, he's ready to go. Yeah, exactly right. But Hayward.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question real quick. So, out of all the playoff contention teams in the AFC, like I believe Russell Wilson is playing better. He's playing better than Patrick Mahomes is right now. They're just lucky.
Correct.
Mahomes.
I think he's playing better.
Now, Josh Allen is some kind of freak of nature right now. But other than that, I don't see any AFC quarterback doing the stuff that Russell Wilson is doing. I know I'm a little biased.
He's better than Stroud. He's better.
Better than Rodgers. Better. I mean, I don't consider Burrows all that. Doesn't matter now because they're shit. They're not going anywhere. So who cares? He's not a winner. Burrows is not a winner. Russell Wilson is a winner. So that is compatible to me to add to the added block. Like,
yeah, I did love that.
Statistic wise, but they're golfing already. So you know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
They're one game away from being eliminated, but they won't get there.
Not going to.
It's funny that because a lot of media is talking about, the Bengals and the trifecta and the yards and all the offense is so crazy. I wish the defense could help them out. The Steelers have that where it's balanced. It's now they have a good offense scoring 27, and the defense is doing really well too.
Yeah, when do we start scoring over 20? We haven't scored over 20 in a long time. And then Cincinnati, I mean, the Cowboys, Parsons walks off the field last night. So, I mean, did you guys see that? What happened then? That was so dumb for that Cowboys. He's checked out. They should trade him. And he's already checked out because he wants.
How do you not know the rules? How do you not know the rules where you don't need it even to touch it? Once it's blocked, it can just be left alone, and then you get possession. It's so stupid. These players are dumb sometimes. They don't understand.
Well, they don't think because in the heat of the moment.
I don't know. I just thought it was really crazy. All right, let's go to our MVP. We'll go, Shayna. Who's your MVP?
You got to save me to last because I got.
Okay. Bubba's next then. Bubba's next.
Okay, my MVP. Okay, is somebody, and you know what? Probably in Hard Knocks tonight because tonight is probably the Cleveland game against the Steelers going into playing Cleveland, and it's probably going to be and I could just see it in my head. I can see Cam Hayward talking to these guys and be like, guys, 2 weeks ago in Cleveland, this shit ain't going to happen. We got to do what we got to do. And he came out and did what he said he was going to do, probably on Hard Knocks, the episode. He had a great game. He just kept that defensive line, especially with Obajobi getting hurt. And he had 2 sacks, if I'm correct. I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm. Correct. No, you're correct.
So that is huge. He had some run stops. He disrupted their flow of their running attack. And Cam, that was one of the best games Cam played all year, and it's December. So he's healthy. He's motivated. He said this is the completest team he's ever seen. And that says a lot. And he's
not wrong either.
No, he's not. So I give my MVP to Cam Hayward. And I know 6 months ago, I was like, well, I can't believe they're going to sign him for that. And I can eat crow too. And I'm glad they did sign him. So I'm not right all the time.
Mine's the same. So I'll go into mine next and we'll do Shane after. I couldn't go past Cam Hayward to be MVP. 2 sacks. He had pass deflections. He was all over the shop. He had 2 tackles for a loss. He's on fire right now. Absolute fire right now. The guy is a disruptor in the pass game. Run game too. He's a leader of the team, including TJ Watt, Highsmith, and Minka, all those blokes. He's seen step up. We can get him done. He is like an unbelievable player. There's now talk around him being MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, but it's still going to be TJ Watt being favorite, even though he hasn't got the sacks there. But TJ Watt has 4 fumbles, but he does have Cameron Hayward has 8 pass deflections on the season. That ranks, I think he's like 14th or 25th in the. Let me look it up. He's pretty high up there with the defense in the NFL because other cornerbacks have 7 or 8. So he's up there.
How many sacks does he have this year so far?
8.5.
Cam Hayward does.
Yeah.
He's only a sack behind TJ Watt.
Yep. He's up there. That's what I'm saying. He could be Defensive Player of the Year, but
also too, would people take and vote for Cam, take away the votes for TJ, or how would that go?
I don't know. It's so here it is, right? Here's the defensive. He's ranked 33 out of all players with pass deflections. He has 8. He's around cornerbacks like Satane Stevenson. Brian Burns has 8. Armani Hooker from Tennessee, who's a safety. Isn't that wild to have 8 pass deflects, putting your hands up? That includes the getting thrown the ball as a cornerback. I think it's awesome. I think he's playing really good. Alrighty. Shane, you ready for the big announcement for your MVP?
Pull up the total for everyone so far. The running total for.
All right. This is for last week, not now. This is for last week.
Okay. Okay. You guys who's missing on there, who's been on there a few times.
You want to keep scrolling, or where do I go?
Keep scrolling. Maybe they'll pop up. But you know who I really think is the unsung hero that caused Dustin Hopkins to miss? The grounds crew.
The grounds
crew. There they are. Cast 15. They're going to bump up to 21. I knew you guys are going to pick Hayward or Wilson, and I knew I had to give them some love. We got to give them some points because guess what? It's not an outlier. Week in and week out, everybody's bitching and moaning about the field. Guess who's not bitching about the field? The Steelers fans, because Heinz Field, aka Accurize, freaking it strikes again with 2 missed field goals. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 2. So
they'll move up to 11, which would mean because you have given them 5 points. They'll be just near Highsmith and
he's giving them all Williams. 11 points. Those 11 points all come off of all shade.
Yeah, I know. I never think about the grounds crew.
I would never thought of that either.
Yeah.
Try to think of it. I mean, everybody bitches. I mean, go back to the Ravens. Go back to. I mean, everybody bitches about.
Oh yeah, the what's his name? Bitch Tucker. Too. Tucker, didn't he?
Tucker's bitching.
But it's always been hard to kick in Heinz Field since they actually built that stadium.
Because the grounds crew, they're like coal miners underneath Heinz Field, digging little holes and pots for them to slip. It's too.
I never thought you picked them again. I thought you just do it once. I didn't know you'd pick them twice in a year.
They're like a James Bond villain. Okay, they're sitting there with their monocles and their shovels and their grass seed, and they just make shit happen.
Well, Boswell is doing fine. He synced a 54-yarder.
They have a week yarder. Knows exactly where to kick. They're in sync.
Well, one of these games before we get out of here and regular season's over, Boswell probably will be an MVP coming down somewhere in any 4 of these last games.
I think I chose him MVP with I think he's been MVP twice.
The Ravens. Maybe you got him with
the Ravens in the Falcons game.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why he has so many points.
We were teasing beginning of the season. I'm like, Bubba, we're gonna have a terrible year if Boswell's the MVP.
But Boswell might be the MVP. He might be the real MVP for Pittsburgh here, and when they vote, because he's done so much, and that's based on voting. That's not us voting. That's the team voting.
Oh, you mean like Steelers MVP? Like they choose Herbig or
Steelers MVP for the team. And I don't know when the last time
they're gonna choose. I think the team will choose Cameron Hayward or maybe Wilson or Boswell. Those 3, I think. This year.
If he breaks that record, say Boz kicks another 10 to 12 field goals. What do?
Or wins a playoff game, or wins a game late in the season.
Yeah.
He
needs 8. So he needs 8 more field goals to be 45 to break it.
Then he's got 4 games.
That's two per game.
That's pretty easy, right?
And that's getting down the red zone, and if you're up by 7 and you can't convert a 3rd and 8, field goal.
He would be the all-time NFL kicker.
45, yeah, 45. Someone
more than Vanderjack and all these other.
Let me look it up.
I mean,
most field goals in a season.
Because Gary Brown had Gary Brown. Oh my God, Jesus Christ! Gary Anderson had a lot in the 80s.
Well, he kicked for 20 years.
It was most field goals. It's by 44. Chris Paul is going to break it. In an NFL season, my bad, not a game. It was by the 49ers, and who was it? Far out, it doesn't tell me. David Akers.
David Akers. See,
had 40, guessed that. 44 in 2011. So Chris Paul's needs 45 in 2024 when he breaks it. Needs 8 more. They can do it because they're scoring points. They're going down the field. They're getting field goals. They're getting TDs.
If Pittsburgh can't cross the 50 sometimes, you're just going to try Boss to kick it.
Yeah. You know what they talked about too many years ago when they had the Ravens defense, and I said this a few times. Ravens were lucky. They had good defense. Get into the 50. You got a free 3 points because Tucker was there. Automatic Tucker.
Yeah.
Now Chris Boswell is doing the exact same thing. Great defense. Get into the 50. Have a chance. Bang. 3 points.
Yeah.
He's on fire. He's absolutely unbelievable right
and that
now.
3 points is better. That's better than a punt. And then having Waitman try to coffin kick it to the 5. We're getting 3 points.
He's only missed 3. I think he's 36 for 39 this season.
One was blocked. One was like the wind was blowing so much it was bad. And then I can't remember the other one, but
yeah, Chris Boswell is 36 for 39, 92%, 57 longest. He's missed 1 from 40 to 49, missed 2 from 50, but 1 was 64 yards and 1 was blocked. I can't remember the other one either, to be honest. He's on fire. He's not. So he would have had, without that blocked field goal, he would have had 37 from 39. And Mike Tomlin said, have a crack at 64-yarder, and he missed it. But what do you do? 64-yarder, you know?
Yeah.
He's on fire right now, boys. Chris Boswell is on fire. He deserves some recognition. That's why he's in our stats.
Going into Philly, if we can't get to the 50, he's kicking field goals. I hate to say it. I know we got to get touchdowns, but we also need more than 3 points or 10 points because we can't. Last couple times we played out there, we can't score for shit.
Well, there's still nothing wrong with that too. Like to me, it's still points. Unless they're down by.
I don't think the Eagles are that good. I just think Barkley is having a phenomenal.
Barkley's
year.
Unbelievable, dude.
But
he's unbelievable.
People wrote him off.
Do you know how many yards Barkley has this season?
He probably has 1,500 yards.
1,600. He's like 6.7 yards per carry. 120. If that's what I'm saying. The Steelers beat this team, right? They beat this team. They deserve. Oh my goodness, they can win the whole thing because they're a good side. They've won 9 in a row.
Well, they're slowly starting to turn the media a little bit towards pro Steeler stuff.
Yeah, look how they change. You got Colin Cowherd was saying they need to sign Russ Wilson next year, but the start of the season put him off.
He's like, oh, they suck, or they just signed, and you see that all through like.
So funny how they change, isn't it? Like this, they change around. What you guys should do tomorrow? I was just thinking, like, because I can't bring it up now, but for your show tomorrow, you should bring back what you said.
The crystal ball.
I'm.
You gotta work.
Sorry, I gotta work. I'm gonna work soon now, very soon too.
Oh.
But yeah, bring back the ball. Go back and see what happened with the ball. Because I'm telling you, the ball was right in some aspects too. I know it's crazy, man.
You know what? Magic 8 Ball. Listen to this shit. I did a pick on the college show of all the Big 12 teams, and the team that was picked to finish last in the Big 12 was Arizona State. And guess what the Magic 8 Ball said? They would have the best season.
Oh,
put some money on that.
Wild. But I think, fellas, the reason why I made the Steelers should be in Super Bowl conversation was I really think that now is the time. You beat the Browns team was a team you had to beat like that. 27-14, 35-7, whatever it was, right? You had to beat them like that. Now, if they go into Philadelphia, that's the next step. But like they are in Super Bowl contention. If they lose, it's whatever. But just don't get beat by 31 points.
I don't see that. I don't see that happening because we haven't got beat bad. We beat ourselves in every game we lost.
Yep. Yeah, as long as we don't lose
by a lot. See Kenny Pickett. Maybe we'll knock out Jalen Hurts and see Kenny Pickett. And then, oh my God, can you see Cam Hayward or TJ Watt sacking Kenny Pickett and Kenny's crying to his girlfriend?
Well, I saw a video on the Twitterverse that was saying that a lot of these fans were getting interviewed outside the stadium. They're saying we don't like Jalen Hurts because they're trying to pass the ball with him too much when they should be run the rock with Barkley. Philadelphia fans were calling for Hurts to be cut, to be fired. It's like they're crazy.
They're the same people that booed Santa Claus. So Philadelphia people are crazy.
They were saying cut Jalen Hurts because he got like they should have beat the Panthers by 30, 40 points, and the Panthers had a bit of a fight last week.
Yeah, I mean, it's any given Sunday, so.
That's what I'm saying, boys. This game, if the Steelers win this is one of the ones you go, okay, add to Coach Tomlin's resume, add to the Steelers' resume in the season, that this is a tough game. Like, this is not an easy game for the Steelers to walk in and play. Now, they've got to play us too.
Right.
But they're a tough side. They have A.J. Brown, they have Barkley, they have a good offensive line.
But our defense is they haven't played a defense like ours. Opportunists, turnovers that we do. I mean, it's It's the battle of the state. I mean, that's what it is right now. And it just, those Philadelphia
This is a big one. This is a big one.
Yeah, those Philadelphia fans. I had to pull a graphic from 1965 because that was the last time we beat them in Philly. And it was I did the 1965 team, and I don't even know who played. Roy Jefferson, Ernie Stautner played, I'm guessing, because Ernie Stautner was a bad defensive lineman for the Steelers for many, many years.
Here's some stats for you. There's the Eagles are rushing per game 190. It says here per game.
I was going to say 180. That was close.
190 yards per game rushing. Steelers are allowing 90 yards per game. So let's see what happens.
Someone's going to break. Something's going to happen.
If they stop the Eagles and allow them,
if they stop the run. If they stop the run, we're winning. If they can stop Barkley, we're winning. Because I don't see him really seriously passing on us, and also Hurts he'll be running out of the pocket, so we have to contain him.
Hurts is passing 200 yards per game, so they are really leaning heavy on the run. But 190 is unbelievable. That's insane. To run with Hurts and Barkley, getting 124 yards. So if Cameron Haywood, if they get some other guys back to maybe Travis Adams or Keanu Benton, and Elliott steps up, Highsmith, these guys, and TJ Watt from the outside, if they stop the run as best they can and getting under 100 yards, it will give us a chance to win the game.
Because we can still – it's not like we can't go in to Philly and not score. We're scoring points. So it's not like – I mean, Jesus, we haven't scored 10 – we haven't scored 10 points all year. Like last year, we were scoring 10 points a game here and a game there. We can score anywhere on the field now, I think. I believe that. I mean, I know –
This will be a pretty exciting matchup that we are the underdogs again from the outside. Eagles are the better team on paper. They have all these stats. They have Barkley, who's in contention for MVP. So it's like all these things are moving around. I'm thinking, what a great game to showcase how good the Steelers are and say, oh, we just beat the Philadelphia Eagles by 7 points, by 10 points. I don't know. I think it's one of the big ones. It's huge.
We beat them by one. We still beat them. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Doesn't matter. Because we are minus 6.5, I think. Plus 6.5. So Eagles are minus 6.5. And they're in their house. They've been running away with 9 games in a row. They've won their division already. The Eagles, trying to fight for number 1 seed with the Detroit Lions. And, yeah, they don't want to lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers in their house.
It's going to be these next 3 weeks. These next 10 days are going to be crazy.
Mm-hmm. I leave in 8 days.
So, that's what I was going to say. 8 days going over.
Yeah. I'm getting ready. I still got to go buy a suitcase. I haven't bought a suitcase yet. I want to figure that out.
Well, it was like 50 degrees today. This weather over here now it's crazy.
In a garbage bag? Put my clothes in the garbage bag?
Do a video of it.
You can do that. You can carry more in a garbage bag.
Yeah, like a black trash bag.
Roberta,
are you gonna film when you get in like a seat, like in the airport, like when you sit down? Like
I'm gonna try and do like a video called Steelers fan Pittsburgh 10 days or whatever. But I'll probably give up like 2 days in. It's really tough. After a while, when you're like holding your phone, you're talking to yourself, and then you got to go back and edit all those videos. It's really time consuming.
Don't edit. Just do it live.
You have to. I can't just keep filming. Like I gotta fucking film everything. You know what I mean? So I'll be like, oh, Steelers fan 10-day tour or whatever. I don't know. And I'll do it when I get home. But it's like, I get to a point where like, I kind of find it funny talking to yourself in an airport. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
everyone does it.
So people are going to either think you're mentally challenged or, just a foreigner that's just strange.
Yeah. So we'll see. G'day, Zachary. What's going on, mate? Zachary Mead. Welcome to the show.
Oh, I like his
yeah, what's that?
Icon. That's Wolverine and Deadpool.
Wolverine and Deadpool. But yeah, it's coming close, guys. I sorted out some of my visa things today. I got to go and get some of my late minute buys. I leave it in the last minute.
The right stuff, man. Make sure you pack everything right. Because I was listening to a podcast today, and somebody's wife put a couple of stuff in their sock, and he missed a flight, and they captured all his stuff, and he got arrested as soon as he was behind his luggage, and when he came to pick his luggage up, they arrested him.
Yeah, no,
this
I'll
is
be
years
fine.
ago. This is a Jake the Snake Roberts story. I thought it was funny.
I just got to pack like undies and shirts and stuff like that, and in a jumper, I'll be sweet. I'm gonna buy a lot of things over there too. I'm pretty keen. I'm keen to go over there. I'm very excited.
So how much can you bring back, or how can you? Can
know,
you just like buy stuff and then just mail it? Just have it mailed to you?
Yeah, it's cheaper to pay for the carry-on.
Nah, I'm not.
I don't know.
I'm not like taking two. I'm like have like a 30-kilo suitcase. Like this, I have nothing. All I have is like underwear, shirts, shorts. That's it. Like
you don't.
Nothing.
It's wintertime.
Yeah, but like I'm still want to take shorts just so I can wear in the hotel.
Oh, okay. Because you wear a pair of shorts to the game, you're gonna be fucking sick for a week.
That's what sucks about this too, because how hot it is now here. I've got to change in a heartbeat, like getting myself in a negative zone for the Celsius or whatnot. Yeah, PS5 would be cool. I've got a PS5. That'd be cool.
What'll happen is you wear shorts to the game, you'll lose a testicle, and then somehow you'll manage to have grandkids, and they'll say, "Hey, Papa, when did you lose your testicle?" Oh, in the war?
Yeah.
And no, not war. I went to Pittsburgh.
Be a great Christmas story.
Yeah, Christmas time. Went to Pittsburgh. My testicle in America.
No, I'm keen. I'm so keen to get
It's gonna be here before you know it. It's been so cool. We've been talking about it for months.
I got 4. It's 8 days away. It's so close. I got 4 days after work. I got today, tomorrow, and then 2 more days, and then Sunday. The hard part is now on my Sunday, I have a Christmas party for my staff party. I got to wake up the next day at 8 o'clock, so I'm probably really hungover that day for the Eagles game.
So,
but I have to watch it.
Are you doing a live? You're doing a live?
Oh yeah, I'll be doing a live no matter what. If I'm
you're doing a live stream hungover? That'll be great. Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Well, my plan is to hopefully get home by 8 or 9, drink some water, go to sleep, wake up at 8.
Oh, just stay awake.
If I stay awake, that's like 8 hours. The game time for me is 8 a.m. I am not fucking staying awake for 8 hours.
I know, but when you were telling me, Shane, I did a show like Sunday night. I was just talking, a little bit about football and stuff, and Mark's at the Winners Pub hanging out with Mary, and then he's like, "Bubba, just keep on, just stay on," and I'm like, "Okay," and he was like, "I'll stay on till like 11:30." Well, 11:30 turned into 12:30. I'm like, "Good God!"
I said her name was Mary Poppins.
Yeah, did you get a number?
No, I was too busy talking to you, mate.
Oh, don't talk to me.
Alrighty, fellas. Anything else you want to add before we end?
No, I got my show here in 45 minutes. Going to talk about some college football coaching speculation. Ooh. I think it's more speculation now. So,
rumor.
I'm gonna watch Hard Knocks. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but guess who came to the house and paid me $100?
Didn't Burnsy pay it?
He did pay.
Yeah, you told me on your stream the other day.
Crispy $100 bill.
Well, at least he paid up.
Well, he drank a half a case of Miller Lite, man. He was pounding some fruits.
Does he always drink like that?
Oh, he was drinking like a fish. I talked to him today. I was like, Jesus, Burns.
Is he on the Mike Tomlin train yet or not?
Probably not. He says his team is getting to be pretty good, but he's you know what I mean? And he still wants to know who the that mystical person that you banned from your site, and we still think
some
he's
troll.
one of our buddies.
We have him.
That's what I told him, and my other buddy didn't contact me, so I don't know. But it is what it is.
Like I said, I've had worse than that. I've had like 2 death threats already. It's all good.
Why?
It's fine.
Well, they're because
people are cunts. That's why.
Well, hey, tomorrow are you going on the Roundtree, and oh man, you're gonna give him some. You gonna give it to him tomorrow?
I've been cool, calm, collected the whole season.
Don't, because you're not.
No, I don't need to. I don't need to go super crazy right now because the team speaks for itself.
I know.
They're digging their own holes.
That Bob guy from Baltimore is a douchebag. I know he's a nice guy, but he just
Bob.
Is his name Bob?
Sam.
Larry. Sam.
That ties right into what the beginning of the show we talked about.
It does. All righty, Shano, and thank you, Bubba.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, fellas, I don't know if I can't do next week. Got to sort it out. I think I'll be here next. Will I be here next week? Wait. What's
Are you going to be flying over? Where are you going to be?
Flying over Thursday.
Oh yeah, we're going to do one more show next week. I can do a show in the morning. do a show next week before I go. It's Wednesday. Then I'll go down to the hotel in the afternoon. One more show next week, and then I'll need probably Bubba's help to probably help me on the Dynasty podcast. But yeah, one show next week. Then the next day I fly over. Fuck, that's great.
Okay, well, whatever you need, just let me know.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, I'm gonna be
it out.
drinking schooners on the plane.
How are you an extra large?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, large, extra large in between that. I lost some weight actually this year. It was good.
You're what, 6'2"?
6'1", yeah.
And you what, 200 pounds?
You gonna buy me a jersey?
What are you trying to do? Get his measurements.
Well, sizing a grown man for a thong is very different.
Oh, okay. Well, hats. I mean, I give him a hat. A hat just. I'm giving. He's getting a hat, so it'll fit his hair head. You know what I mean?
Like, I'll make sure this guy has a coat.
No, I got a coat, but I might even buy a coat over there too.
There you go.
But we'll see. But
the weather over here, Mark, has been fluctuating.
Pay a lot.
It's been rainy and like 50 degrees. Like it was. I came out of the gym and it wasn't bad out.
I think that's honest to goodness. That's the fucking hardest part is not knowing what to pack because I'm not there.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. It's so fucking weird. It's like so many cold, but I don't know. I just got to bring long pants, and a.
Just bring socks, underwear, and then just buy everything in Pittsburgh, and then you'll all be ready.
It's gonna be 10-day. The 10-day forecast is like
40.
Like it's gonna be cold. It's gonna be up.
Yeah, you remember
freezing.
You remember when, like, in Cool Runnings, when they get off the plane? It's gonna be like that.
Well, people say I look like John Candy, but we're not doing no bobsledding.
They get over there, they're in their shorts and they're freezing. That's what it's gonna be like with me. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Just make sure you have a Steeler hat on.
But yeah, 25 hours it takes me to get there. 25 hours. So
oh my god,
fun.
That's longer. I've been on 23-hour, 22-hour flights to Korea, but I've never been. That's crazy long.
I drove
25 in total. It's like the whole day kind of thing.
I drove 22 hours from my my house when I was living with my parents to Florida, all in one day. That was crazy.
I think I might even just start watch. I might just watch Steelers games and download on my phone.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you have the Steelers Super Bowls on DVD?
No, I've got them like on my Game Pass. Like I'm sure I can download them to download to my phone.
I mean, they have the Steelers. Oh, let me ask you a question before we get off. Do you have the DVD of the history of the Pittsburgh Steelers?
He doesn't have
somewhere. Yeah, I got DVDs like somewhere.
Yeah, I'm just asking.
Yeah. No, I've got like the old ones, the old school ones.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go there. Jeans is loaded on football movies on my phone.
You could watch every Steelers Super Bowl on the plane ride over here.
I would watch a series of something like.
And watch Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, right.
Something funny like.
Most of it's on now is on YouTube. There's a lot of series and there's a lot of football stuff. But on my Game Pass, I pay $400 a year. I got all the Super Bowls, all the stuff in there.
Oh, you don't have a physical copy that you can.
I do somewhere down here, down there,
down there, down under, down under,
somewhere down there. But no, I gotta on my phone, obviously download some music and so I can't use Wi-Fi, right, or internet because I'm.
You gonna do the Pittsburgh polka? You got the Steelers polka on your phone?
No.
What?
Ride that Australian stick the whole way. You know, like you should need a boonie cap, a cockatiel on your shoulder. Maybe
you never heard of Steeler polka?
Maybe hold a shrimp. You know, just carry a shrimp around.
I can't do it
like you're getting ready to eat it.
That's why I'm keen because I do want to try and film if I can from the day that I leave the house to the day I finish the tour on my phone.
Are you going to wear an alligator hat?
Yeah.
Like Crocodile Dundee?
So. Yeah.
Here's the knife, mate. Oh, that'd be great. Like an alligator Steeler hat.
That's the
knife.
The
old Bill Cowher hat that he used to have. Like he used to have that on training camp.
I'm gonna wear like my Steeler shirt.
That's totally Australian.
I can see him with a Steeler visor though.
Cowboy boots.
See him with
cut off jeans.
A visor. I've never understood the idea of a visor.
Oh,
like you can't protect your. What about the top of your head?
Well, I mean, you don't stand out in the beaten sun all the time. But say you're going to the pub and you want to wear a visor, and your hair is so your hair.
Why would I wear a visor in the inside?
Well, do you golf? I don't know.
Well, maybe you're playing
pickleball. Do you play pickleball with a visor hat?
No, I don't want to wear hats, man. The only hat I got is this one. I bought this in Thailand. For like $10.
You bought a Steeler hat in Thailand.
Yeah. Oh, it's a knockoff.
Oh God.
Hey, Mark, what are you doing? Buying a whore? No, I'm buying a Steelers hat.
Oh my God. I got Steeler hats all over the place. I love Steeler vibes.
I'm not a hat guy. I've never really been a hat guy. You know, I'm more of a. I'm gonna get a 24 hours didgeridoo. Yeah, I agree with Tony, bro. Visors are whack. They don't protect your head.
Visors are whack.
They're crazy.
I love.
All right, on that one, let's get out of here. We'll do a show next week before one day before I go away. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Bubba. You guys are awesome. And the Browns suck. They've been eliminated. And I've been playing all year, and I'm gonna do it again.
No, that's not true.
What's that? Wow,
no, that's not true.
Wow, wow. All right, I'll say this later. You know,
the road to New Orleans will start in a few months. Let's get ready for the ride. Gas up the cars, baby. Let's get to New Orleans. Gas it up. Let's go.
Hey, thank you, VMAC, mate. I'll see you all later. As always, here we go, Steelers.
Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.